Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you comics news, bring you the book of the week, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the 6th anniversary episode of the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! Episode of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Wow, 6 years. 6 years. If somebody would have gone back to when I first started doing this show back in 2013 and told me that I would be doing the show for 6 years, I would probably say, well, of course. But not to continuing to toot my horn like I just did, but I'm just very thankful that I've been doing it for this long. I just want to thank everyone that's been watching it since day one. I want to thank everyone who started watching it along the way. I want to thank I want to thank all the I'm thankful for all the friendships that have been forged by doing this show, and I also want to thank those that no longer watch the show. You see, sometimes you have to praise people even when they don't want anything to do with you. I mean, I know, as bad as it might sound, that's pretty much the way you have to go about living life. You have to be thankful for everything, whether it's present or not, whether it's present or past. Be thankful. Just like I'm very thankful for doing this show, and I'm looking forward to doing this show for a very long time. All right, this is 6th anniversary Comic Hero Tee, and you see the number 6, and then around there, you're seeing these ovals. When I decided to design this, I thought about the 6 Infinity Gems that make up the Infinity Gauntlet. So this is an Infinity Comic Hero Tee, if you will. Of course, there's the CH down there. Then I have the number 6, and then the show logo. Now, y'all probably would. Now, for those of y'all that have, like me, have grown up in the Arquitex or in the 4 states region, this number 6 does look familiar. That's only because that was the old. I thought about the old logo for KTAL back when that they had for like 12 years from 1984 to 1996, and with me, I'm not above nostalgia. I'm not above nostalgia at all, and this is what I went with. I mean, that number 6. I mean, the way it looks, it's just always. I mean, me growing up, I was always that kid that was fascinated by the small things, and this fascinated me. The KTL logo back then really fascinated me. And of course I went on out. You see this this gold tablecloth, and then trust me, this is not actual wine. This is sparkling white grape juice. Besides, I have a very low tolerance for alcohol. There's no way in the world I would even touch that stuff. And then right here, this is a cake. I want to thank the fine folks over at Brookshire's for selling me this cake. They sold the cake. It was just a white cake, but then all the decorate the candles that was all me. But again, thank y'all for watching this show for as long as y'all had, and most importantly, I thank God. I thank God for allowing me to wake up every morning. I thank God for allowing me the opportunities that I have, and all the blessings that He's bestowed upon me. I'm a Christian, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed at all. I'm a Christian who reads comics. I'm not ashamed of that either. All right, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, on last week's episode, I asked, who was the black Amazonian who took on the mantle of Wonder Woman back in the 1970s? Now, I gave a hint on social media. I also said that she was the Wonder Woman of Earth 23. Well, the correct answer is Nubia. And 7 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So, the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Jade Powell from Slidell, Louisiana. So congratulations, Jade. Give yourself a free comic hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. And this is a Doctor Strange question, and it's very easy. What is the name of Doctor Strange's home in Greenwich Village? Everyone who answers correctly been in a drawing for a free tee for next week's episode. Alright, it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, now the first thing I want to talk about is something that I just found out at the very end of last week, and I tell you, with this being the 6th anniversary episode, I think it's a real feel-good topic for not just for me, but for anyone who is a Marvel fan. Well, Sony and Marvel have struck a brand new deal, and not only that, there will be a 3rd Spider-Man movie coming out in 2 years, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to be a matter of time before Sony had decided that they couldn't do without Marvel. I mean, they tried twice and they failed twice. And then I was kind of hoping that, and I also knew this was going to happen because I knew that Sony was going to wise up and realize that after the way the Spider-Man Far From Home ended, that they were going to have to partner up with Marvel again. Well, the movie is, I think it stopped showing in theaters for a while, but I'll go ahead and tell y'all what happened. There was an extra scene that happened shortly after Spider-Man, Happy, and then all the others, the students over at Midtown had just gotten back to New York. There was a news report that Spider-Man had somehow killed Mysterio. And not only that, the video surfaced of Mysterio revealing the secret identity of Spider-Man to the world as Peter Parker. Now, that lets you know that. Now, after that, I think Marvel. Oh, by the way, if y'all have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, if y'all are waiting for that to come out on DVD, I apologize. I charge that to my head, not to my heart. But after the way that movie ended, I mean, it was a dead giveaway that there was going to be a 3rd one, and then there's going to be more characters from the Marvel Studio side that are going to be had to be involved. And reportedly, Marvel has been and Disney have tried to approach Charlie Cox, who played the lead role on Daredevil, to play the character both Daredevil and Matt Murdock, and end up being Spidey's lawyer. And the way I see it, it happened in the comics. Therefore, I really would love to see how it would turn out on big screen. So I knew the deal was going to get done, and it's happened. All right, now the second thing. Of course, y'all know there's going to be a Black Widow movie coming out next year, and of course, Scarlett Johansson is returning to play the lead role. Now, you're probably wondering, how is that possible after what happened in Avengers Endgame? Well, I can tell you that this movie takes place right after the events of Captain America: Civil War, which is back in 2016. And it's also been reported that we haven't seen the last of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark and Iron Man. He's going to suit up one more time for this movie, and I can't wait to see it. You know, I've been a fan of. I mean, I've watched some movies that he's been in before Iron Man, but I tell you, he's really catapulted himself to a status that he's never been to before, and I can't wait to see him suit up one more time as the Armored Avenger. It's going to be spectacular. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now it's time for the Comic Hero Book of the Week. Let's do this. Alright, my book of the week is a book that just spiraled out of the events of the War of the Realms that ended a few months ago, Valkyrie, Jane Foster. Now, to tell y'all what happened in the War of the Realms, well, the Valkyriers, who are led by Brunhilde, who also went by Valkyrie, are all killed. She was killed by Malekith the Accursed when she was fatally stabbed. And so after Jane Foster's role in the War of the Realms, she was Thor had awarded her to be the only, and charged her to be the only Valkyrie to protect both Asgard and Earth. And she receives this this weapon called Undri-Yarn, where she could use it as a weapon, or she could use it as wings, or she could use it. She could use this at any way that she wants. And in the first issue, she actually goes up against these criminals who were out to steal Dragon Fang, which was Brunhilde's weapon, or sword rather. And she takes them all down, but there was these characters that went by these criminals that went by the name the Fast Five, who were organized by D-list Captain America villain Blue Streak. Well, she takes them down with the exception of one by the name of Gold Rush, who ends up getting away with Dragon Fang. But then, while he's in an alley not far away from where they stole the sword, he ends up having it stolen from him, and then stabbed to death with it by classic Daredevil villain Bullseye. Now, Bullseye is a character that could use anything as a weapon. Anything. He could use this wine glass as a weapon. He could use this cake as a weapon. He could use any of these action figures as a weapon if he wanted to. And a weapon like that in the hands of Bullseye is not good. Oh, but one thing about Valkyrie, or Jane Foster being Valkyrie, she can see someone dying before they even die. So she has the power to save a lot of lives. But as for being Dr. Jane Foster, as a result of being late to a meeting, the board of directors at the hospital that she works at has her banished to the morgue. Yeah. But anyway, she enlists the services of Heimdall, the all-seeing Asgardian, to help her be able to use her powers a lot more properly. But this is the first time that she actually sees Heimdall's death before it happens. But it was too late, and Bullseye ended up stabbing Heimdall not once but twice. And however, Valkyrie was able to take down Bullseye, but she did at a cost. She destroyed Dragon Fang. She figured that that was Brunhilde's weapon, and if Brunhilde wasn't allowed to have it, then no one else should have it either. So she destroys Dragon Fang, and then she beats up Bullseye and leaves him for the authorities. And then she grants Heimdall a wish before he died, and they went through these this mysterious realm of the afterlife, a realm that even he hasn't seen, and she leaves him there. And then we find out that another villain, at the end of issue number 3, we find out that another villain is about to end up challenging Valkyrie, and that's a classic Avengers villain, the Grim Reaper. Really love this book. I love what Jason Aaron and Al Ewing are doing, and then the art by Cafu. Yeah, I mean, the art by Cafu, wow. Mind-blowing. And I can't wait to read more. And then you know, Jay Foster being the new and only Valkyrie, I mean, it would only make sense. And right now, she's killing it, and I can't wait to read more. All right, that's it for the book of the week. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Powers of 10, number 5. Alpha Flight, True North. Action Comics number 1015. The Amazing Spider-Man number 30. Avengers number 24. Black Panther number 16. Captain America number 14. Wonder Woman number 79. Detective Comics number 1012. The Flash number 79. Ghost Spider number 2. Justice League Dark number 15. Shazam number 7. The Superior Spider-Man number 11. And finally, Legion of Superheroes Millennium number 1. Alright, that's 15, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,629. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tea for next week's episode. What is the name of Doctor Strange's home in Greenwich Village? Everyone who answers correctly will be in a drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Jay Powell from Slidell, Louisiana, who won a free tea on this one. I'll tell you, 6 years. Very blessed to have been doing this show for very long, and I can't wait to see what the next 6 years are going to bring. And as y'all see, and y'all probably been wondering, why haven't I done this already? Well, I have my reasons, but I finally lit the candles on a birthday cake, and now I'm about to make a wish and blow them all out. So here we go. All right. Oh, and I see some very, very nice smoke that came out of that. But I just want to thank y'all for watching this episode. Not just this episode, but every episode that's already come, and every episode that's gonna come. And I'm just gonna strive to be better. And I can tell you that in this month, the month of October, it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of great things to come. I can tell you that next week's episode, I'm going to raise awareness of breast cancer. That's something that really hits home for me, because my mom is a 7-year breast cancer survivor. My aunt is a breast cancer survivor, and then I had a great aunt who was a breast cancer survivor and lived to see past 100. So this episode is for anyone that is for them, anyone that's survived breast cancer, anyone that's living with breast cancer, and anyone in the families of those who have lost their lives to breast cancer. And then I'm also going to raise awareness of bullying. That's something that also hits home with me, because I was bullied in all the way from elementary through high school, and there are a lot of other young people that have been bullied. And one thing about bullying, it's not just something that happens in grade school. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be bullied in grade school. You can be bullied in college. You can be bullied at your job. You can be bullied anywhere. And this episode is for anyone who has been bullied. I just want to show y'all some love. Let y'all know that you're not alone, and you're gonna get past this. And then also. Next week, and then the episode after that, I'm gonna raise awareness of domestic violence. I personally know some folks that have been on the receiving end of domestic violence. Some some survivors, and then I know some that have lost their lives to domestic violence. And I want to raise awareness of this to the survivors and the family of those that have fallen. Domestic violence is something that just doesn't need to happen. I mean, it happens so much, not just here in this country, but all throughout the world. And unfortunately, there's not enough that's been done about it. And I just want to show some love to folks that have been on the receiving end of domestic violence. That I love y'all, and I know this, and this will pass. And then also, and this is I'm very, very humbled and very excited about this. But I've been asked to be a guest and a vendor at Geeks Along the River at the River Market in Monroe on the 26th of this month. I'm very excited about it. I already started making merchandise for it. I'm going to sell cups, shirts, car stickers, and pictures. And then I'm also going to allow folks to take pictures with me. But, this has been something that I've always been wanting to do ever since I went to my first con. And now it's finally coming to fruition. And, I mean, words just can't express how excited I am about it. And hopefully I'll get a chance to see y'all there. Wow, 6 years. 6 years. And I'm very excited about what the next year is going to bring. Alright, I'm Victor Dudley on a Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 279. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and cheers to 6 years.